Hi guys, Debbie here if you don't know me. Welcome to my channel and to this video. So this is going to be a little first impression / makeup tutorial using the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson Mini Controversy palette. So this little palette here, I've already done first impressions and a couple of eye looks using the Conspiracy palette. So I'll link those for you if you want to check those out. But I picked up this palette, the Mini Controversy, at the same time on Beauty Bay. And I've not used it at all yet, swatched it or anything. So we're going to do that on camera together. We're not going to swatch it because I don't swatch really. So we're going to apply these to my eyes and I'm going to show you the colours in it, which I'm sure you've seen in hundreds of videos already. If you've got any interest in this palette at all, it's been all over the internet, but it takes me a little while to get my videos up. So here's the colour story. It's an interesting colour story for sure. So even, like, I like my weird colour combinations, let me say that, but even I am struggling to kind of think what looks I might do with this one. Not to say I don't like the shades are beautiful. I think the colour, the Simulation, the blue is calling my name. I love that colour, the shimmery blue. And My Apology, which is also a shimmer, like an aubergine looking shimmer, and Controversy, the purple. So kind of want to include those in my look. I've already tried Diet Root Beer out in the Conspiracy palette, so I'm probably going to veer away from that one today and try and do something a bit more in the purples and blue kind of zone, but not quite sure what yet. But it is a challenging colour story for sure. I think it's one that would go great as a companion palette with other palettes, if I'm honest. But without further ado, I'm going to scoot you in. I'm going to start applying these to my eyes and we're going to create something blue and purple and just test out what the formula's like and whether it's similar, in my opinion, to the Conspiracy palette. Okay, so I've primed my eyes already with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, so I'm going to go straight in with the shadows. I think I'm going to use Controversy in my crease, so I'm going to have a nice purple crease, and then yeah, I'm probably going to be doing almost like a smoky eye with the blues and the purples, to be honest. That's what I'm going to do today. My looks always evolve as we go along, as those of you who have been here before will know. Okay, to start things off, I'm going to go in with the purple, so Controversy, and I'm going to lay down a bit more of a wing shape in my outer corner. I'm just using a little smudge brush to achieve that. So I'm just literally mapping out the shape at the moment, and that's really all I'm using that brush for, but just to give me that shape in the outer corner. It always helps me to have a little guideline by which to go by. In fact, I think I might bring that down onto my lower lash line while I'm here. So I'm just smudging that really close to my lashes. I'm all about the purple shadow, so that's why I wanted this one. This and the two blues spoke to me, although I'm not really a blue, well, I do wear blue eyeshadow. I'm not really into blue as much as other colours, but the blues are really pretty in this one. Blend that out. It's just to start the look off, really. I'm going to use a bit of an angle brush. This one's by Spectrum, just to further get that shape going. So far I really like this purple. It's a different tone of purple. It's a bit of a warmer tone purple, and I know that people say purples are hard to formulate. I've got some really good purples in my collection now, but I don't know if I've won the exact tone of this, so I'm going in with my Spectrum A12 now and just building the intensity now I've got that shape down. It's pretty pigmented, but I'm having to dip in a few times, but it's actually giving me the control I'm looking for by having it a little bit more that way. It's not one of these that's too difficult to blend or anything like that, so quite enjoying this shadow. This inner part here, I want to bring some blue into the look, a blue matte, so I'm going to go in with Cancelled to do that. I'm just going to lay that down next to that purple, just in that inner part of my crease there. I feel like that's blending really nice with that purple as well. I'm going to bring that all the way in towards my nose. And I've got a brush with no additional product just to blend that and just make sure that it's lovely and seamless there in that inner corner. As seamless as I can get it. And I'm just blending that purple, just the edges of that purple just slightly, just to diffuse that out. I still want to keep the shape. I'm tempted to take Flat Earth and use that as a brow bone shade all the way up to my brow. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't usually use a brow bone highlight, but that's an interesting colour, so yeah, it's great for this purpose. It's not very pigmented as a shade on its own, like if you wanted to really see this, it's very, very pastel. But as a brow bone colour that's a little bit different, I really quite like it. So I'm using very, very light pressure just to get that blend going there. The good thing about that shade is it will lean a bit more purpley with the purple, a bit more bluey with the blue, I think, so it's a pretty good one to have in the palette. So I'm going to apply some NYX glitter primer as I normally do for shimmers. I'm just going to whiz through the footage for this. It's not part of the eyeshadow review as such, but part of the process. Okay, the plan now is to take My Apology in the outer corner and the Simulation more towards my nose in the inner corner. Ooh. Kind of wish I'd use this shade all over my lids now. That's not what I expected it to look like. It's beautiful. I'm almost blending it over that My Apology shade now, just to pretty much make this blue the focus of the look, because it's such a pretty colour. Wow. Apologies if I keep going out of shot a little bit today, or I'm looking away to the mirror. I've not got my contact lenses in and I'm trying to do this by a mirror and I can't really see very well. Going swimming tonight and I don't like to wear my contact lenses, and I want to be able to whip this makeup off quick when I leave work. So I'm just kind of smashing that My Apology together with the Simulation just to give me a little bit of a blend in the corner. If smushing is a word, smushing is a word now. So I'm going to bring the shade Cancelled into my lower lash line, just on that corner. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that to start with, and now I've seen the blue in this look, I think it'll go really nicely. I'm going to use a tiny bit of Exposed just to blend out my lower lash line as well. For my waterline, I'm going to go in with Cool Mood by Linda Hallberg. Just wanted to bring some blue focus to the lower lash line. We've got a lot of purple going on there. So that's the look so far, guys. I'm just going to hop off camera, do liner, mascara and choose a lip for the look, and then I'll be right back with you to show you the finished look and to give you my thoughts on the shades that I've used so far. Okay guys, so here's the finished look. I really love how it came out, and I'm quite surprised. I was wondering what on earth I was going to do with these shades, and I really do quite like it. I've paired the look with Anastasia's liquid lip in the shade Vintage. Thought it matched the colour on my outer corners perfectly, and I'm all about that mitchy-mashy life, so that's why we did that. And my thoughts on the shades, I was like, when I looked at it, as I say, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think it's a bit of a weird colour story, if I'm honest. But now I've played with it, I would definitely gravitate towards it again to do a purple and blue look like this. I think it's come out absolutely gorgeous. The standout shade in the look, well, there's two for me. I love the Simulation and I love Controversy. So they're the two that are the focus in my look. But I think it was genius having a couple of really light shades in here to use as blending shades. So the shade Flat Earth there has worked really well to blend out up towards my brows, and the shade Exposed has worked really well to blend underneath. So you've got a blending shade for either purples or pinks there. I think you could do a cut crease with a really pale matte on your lid as well. That could look really pretty. I've deliberately stayed away from the more neutrals in the palette in this look. I think that shade My Boyfriend's Purse looks an interesting shimmer, different tone to that one. Personally, I could live without Cry on My Couch in this palette. I think that's quite a boring shade. You've already got a couple of shades that you could blend out with, that you could go either pink or blue. Maybe it's to blend out the Diet Root Beer shade. I guess you could use it for that, but quite a lot of those lid setting shades in other palettes. And I think when you've only got 9 shades, it's kind of one of these shades that me personally and how I do my makeup, I won't use that often. The shimmer, that blue, absolutely stunning. I always pack mine over glitter glue to get maximum intensity, but sometimes they don't come out as foiled as that. That is just absolutely gorgeous. It's probably going to stain terribly because the really beautiful icy, like shimmery blue that's in Blue Blood, that one just stains my eyes purple for days, so probably will stain, but I'm really happy with how the finished look turned out. So not sad at all that I bought the palette, and I do like this trend that Jeffree started now, that he's bringing out a bigger palette but also a companion smaller palette. Great for travel, just easy to carry around if you want to, easy to store, and great for people that maybe don't want to spend, you know, £50 or whatever to get a bigger palette and I've got a limited budget but want to try a bit more of a high-end formula. I think it's a fantastic idea, and I would say these shades are better performing than the Conspiracy palette, but I'm interested to see how those will play off against each other. I think maybe it's just because I was having a better makeup day today. Some days just go better than others as well. just like the way that this blended. I thought the pigment on that purple is pretty strong. I had to build it up a bit, but I didn't mind that because I didn't get much fallout from that shade, and it was one that you could pack on and really get that intensity. So I think quite easy one for beginners wanting to get into colour to use. I'm not the best at blending, and I've managed to get quite a blended look with the blue as well. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with this one, and I probably like it in terms of the shadows a little bit more than Conspiracy. But I love Conspiracy for the packaging and the sort of rows of like neutral, colourful, and then the more grungy tones. I think the colour story was genius in that one. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Mini Controversy palette. So did you pick that one up, guys? I know it was so difficult to get the palettes on release day, so I know a lot of you probably won't have the palettes yet, but if you have, what do you think of the palette? What do you think of this look? Would you wear it? I'd love to know. I just love hearing your opinions down in my comments. So please engage with me and let me know what you think of what I'm doing with the palettes. What would you like to see more of? It'd be great to know. If you're new here to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you'll stick around. I do colourful eyeshadow looks like this probably 2 or 3 times a week on my channel. Some new product reviews and some throwbacks to older palettes as well. And monthly hauls, challenges, collabs with other people, etc. So quite a lot going on my channel. There's always something new coming up every week. But thanks for watching, guys. As I say, hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and that concludes today's video, so I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.